Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with a video tutorial request that I've received from someone that I've become very close to that I met through YouTube. I made this ornament for her last year for Christmas. And once she got it, she asked me if I would do a video tutorial on how I made it. Now, there have been several other people that have made this ornament, and it has become one of my favorite ornaments to make, and I did make quite a few of them last year and gave them away as gifts. So, since Schuyler made this request, I am going to do my own tutorial on how I made my ornament. So what does the ornament look like that we're going to make today? This is the ornament that we will be making today. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this ornament. Okay everybody, so before we get started putting our ornament together, I wanted to show how I got the file, because actually this is also a Stampin' Up stamp set that you can purchase. So if you don't have the silhouette, you can also make the same ornament by purchasing the stamp kit. But I'm going to show you how I got it as a digital image. Now when I purchased it, it only came as a PNG, and I purchased it last year, but now I noticed that you can get it as an SVG file, which you will need the designer edition to import the image. There's other ways that you can import and work with SVG files if you don't have the Silhouette Studio Designer Edition. So now, the way I found this was I just went out to the internet and I went to Google and I just typed in Ornament Keepsake Kit digital download. And once I did that, I got this site right here, and I just clicked on it, and here is the image right here. Now this person is a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So if you have a local Stampin' Up demonstrator that you want to purchase your digital file through, you can go ahead and do that. At the time, that's what I did, but because I just did this Google search now, this is whose name came up on the screen. So like I said, if you have a local Stampin' Up demonstrator, you can purchase through them. So, and as you can see, it says it's an SVG file. So when I bought it, it came in as a PNG, but you can still use it as a PNG or an SVG with the Silhouette Designer Edition software. Now it is not free. It is $6.95, but I really like this ornament, so I decided to go ahead and purchase it. So now once you purchase it, when I purchased it, the images all came in separately. So what I did was I took and merged them all together, and this is what they look like. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal my mat so that you can get an idea of what they look like and the size and so forth. So this is all of the images that come with that file. It also comes with an, well, at least mine did, as a PNG. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to come in if you purchase it as an SVG. But it comes in with the digital stamps. So if you want to go ahead and print these out, you can, and then you can color them in. Now if you want to change the colors, I haven't worked with that yet. I tried working with it a few days ago, and I couldn't get it to do what I want, and I really didn't have time. And I decided to use my own cardstock anyway to do the ornament. So maybe later in the future I will try playing with this so we can see if we can color this different colors and so forth. Because it is supposed to be a digital stamp, you can go ahead and print it out if you want and just color the images in with your ink pads or whatever. So what you'll need for this particular ornament is, let's go back to our file here. You're going to need this one and you're going to need this one. So I took and copied these, and these are what I'm calling the large ornament. So as you can see, I just made a copy of each and put them on my mat, and then I took the fill color away from them so that I could have them. So now if you wanted to make your own pattern paper, you could go ahead and click on the image, go up to your fill pattern window, and then just pick your pattern, and we'll just pick this one right here, and now you have that. So this is when you would be doing a print and cut, but we're not going to be doing that because we're using regular cardstock. That's a DCWV cardstock. So I'm just going to do undo for that for right now. So what you'll need is you're going to need 20 of the large ornaments. So you'll just go ahead and lay them on the mat, and I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to copy this one real quick and go to an mat that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm going to move this over and click the reveal mat and place that there. So as I said, you're going to need 20 of those. So what you can do, rather than clicking this and click copy paste or click duplicate, you can go up to your replicate window and you can go and say row of 4, and it will put 4 across and so forth. So you don't have to click copy, right click, copy, paste, or click duplicate. So I have my 20 right here, and then we're going to need 20 of the small images. So you can go ahead and you can put 20 on your mat. I believe I ended up putting 22. I don't know why I did that, but you just need 20 of each, the large one and the small one. Now you can also use 8.5 by 11 cardstock if you're going to make it a solid color. You can do that as well, and you would just go up here and change your mat size and make it letterhead, and then just continue on with your images. So we're going to go ahead and undo that. So now that's what I want you to do. So Schuyler, if you're watching this, which you should be because this is a request for you, I want you to go ahead and you'll need to purchase your image, and then you're going to lay out 20 of the large ornament, which looks like this, and you're going to lay out 20 of your small and cut those out, and meet me back at the table, and we're going to put this ornament together. Okay everybody, so now that I've showed you how to lay out your image or your pieces on your mat, we're going to bring up the supplies so we can get started putting our ornament together. Now, as I said in the beginning, this ornament has been done many times on YouTube by Stampin' Up dealers, as well as people that purchase the Stampin' Up ornament set. I'm doing this as a request from Schuyler because I sent her one and she wanted to know how to make the ornament. And I promised her that I would do a video, so I'm going to share that with the rest of you, and you can see how I made it. Now, I made several of these last year and gave them away as Christmas gifts, and I have to say by far this is my most favorite ornament, besides what's coming up in day number 12 of the series, which is our last video for the Christmas with Silhouette. So let me go ahead and bring up everything so we can get started. So now you are going to need a scoreboard, and I'm just going to use my small Martha Stewart scoreboard so I don't have to try to get the bigger one in the camera frame. So once you cut out your 20 large pieces and your 20 small pieces, you're going to take 5 of your large pieces and put them aside because we're not going to score those. You are going to go ahead and score the other 15 pieces down the middle. So now I've gone ahead and scored all but one so I can just show you where you need to score at. So what you're going to do is kind of line this up on your scoreboard, and you want to start scoring Don't start at the very tip, but start partially way down and just score in the middle. And you're going to score, now this is some double-sided paper, but you're going to score on the side that you want your ornament to show. So I'm just going to take that, and then we'll go ahead and fold that one in. So you're going to do that for 15 of your pieces that look like this. And then we're going to move on and go ahead and we're going to remove 5 of the small pieces and put those to the side. And then you're going to go ahead and score all 15, or correct, all 15 of the smaller size pieces. Now I'm using the glitter paper that's by Recollections. That's what I cut mine out with. And this is from that Christmas combo stack, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and start scoring my other 15 pieces, and then I'll come back and we'll move on. Okay everybody, so I am about to score my last small ornament. I've already gone ahead and scored the 15 of the larger one, so this is my last small one. And remember, you should have set aside 5 of your small ornaments and 5 of your large ornaments. So we don't need the scoreboard anymore, so we're going to put that away. And we're going to go ahead and get out our glue and start gluing these together. So what you want to do is you want to glue 3 of these together, so you should have 5 sets. So you're just going to take one of them, and then you can use whatever glue you want. I'm going to use my Beacon, but you can use the Scotch Quick Dry if you want. And then you're just going to start putting these together like so. And this is exactly like you would have done for the Christmas tree, which we did on day 1 along with the star, and how you would put together or fold and crease together the Santa Claus or Mrs. Claus. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get some glue on the next one. And then I'll put that one too. This one on top. And just hold those in. So I want you to go ahead, if you're making this with me, and Schuyler, you should be making this with me because this was a request for you. I want you to go ahead and put together your sets of 3. When you're done, you should have 5 sets of 3. So you're going to do that for the large ornament as well as the small. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay everybody, so now that I have my 5 sets of 3, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our ornament that we have not scored, and we're going to flip it over to the wrong side, but as I said, my paper is double-sided, and you're going to attach this piece to this piece. So you want to go ahead and get some glue on this side and attach your pieces. And you're just going to line this up and press the 2 together. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back for the next step. Okay, I'm ready to add my last piece. So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue on the back. And then I'm going to attach it to my piece that is not scored. So we'll just line that up. And that's the thing I like about the Beacon. Well, I guess the Quick Dry does the same thing. It does give you time to move it around. And so now we have our 5 pieces. So now what I want you to do is you're going to go ahead and repeat the same process with your smaller pieces. And I realized when I was scoring these that I folded some of them the wrong way. I was folding them this way. And that's because I'm used to the ones that I made before I used double-sided paper. So just keep that in mind. You want your right sides pieces of your smaller ornament to be together. So you'll just take and in groups of 3 as you did before, and you're going to end up with 5 sets. And then once you have your 5 sets, you will take the 5 that you did not score, and you will repeat the process of lining them up back to back. So once you've done that, we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, everybody, so you should now have all of your pieces glued together. And what we're going to do now is we're going to attach these pieces. So what I want you to do is you're going to need a 1 3/8 inch circle punch, and I want you to punch out a circle that is 1 3/8. You can go ahead and create one in your Silhouette software when you create the ornament pieces, or you can just go ahead and punch. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach these to that circle. So when you attach these, you don't want them to overlap on each other. So you can kind of judge. You're going to put the neck of the bulb on the edge of the 1 3/8 inch circle. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. Might be kind of hard to see because of the color circle that I picked to punch out. But that's how you're going to line them up. And you're going to glue them down. So you should get some glue on the edge of your circle and just go all the way around. So I'm going to put the first one down. I'm going to get glue all the way around my circle on the edge. And you want to use your glue gun for this when you're doing this. It's like mine needed a new glue stick, so we're going to go ahead and continue going around our circle. And then we're going to start, just make sure it doesn't stick to you, adding our ornament. So we'll start with the first one and line that up at the top there. And then you want to kind of do this real quickly. You're going to go ahead and go all the way around. So I've got my first one on there, and I'm pressing down, and hopefully you can see this. And then I'm going to add my next one. And remember, you don't want them to overlap onto each other. So I'm going to press down my second one and make sure I don't get that where it overlaps. And then I'm going to just press that one down. And then I'm just going to continue all the way around. So I want you to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and continue on with the next step. Okay, everybody, so I've got my bulb ornament on the circle, and if it does overlap, that's okay, but you want to try to make it so it doesn't. If it does, by any chance, it'll be fine. You'll still be able to work with your ornament. So now the next thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and add some netting in here, and I'm going to zoom back now so you can see. So you'll just cut you some pieces of netting or whatever you want to stick inside your ornament, and go ahead and add those to your ornament. Now when you're adding your netting, you can just cut it any size you want. That's what I did. I didn't measure out anything. And you're just going to take and get some glue down in here, because you want to put the netting in between the bulb ornaments. So I just put a little bit of glue, and then because that's hot and I don't want to burn my fingers, I just take this bone folder that I have that I broke the tip off of, and I just push that in there. And then I go all the way around and add my next pieces. And then what I do is I come back later and trim it so that it all is at least somewhat the same size. So it looks like we just need to add a little bit more glue here. And don't worry about the glue cobwebs, because that's going to all be covered up when you add your next ornament piece on top of that. And any that we have, cobwebs we have showing, we'll just remove those. So I'm going to continue on adding my netting, and then we'll come back and I'm going to have you add your small bow pieces. Okay everybody, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start adding our little small bulb pieces, and you want to kind of add those in between your netting and your large bulb. So you just glue those down, and once again we're going to be pulling out the hot glue and we're going to be pressing those down in there. So, and then you need to hold it for just a few seconds so it adheres. So I hope you're able to see that. So I'm just going to press down, and you kind of want to sit it up just a little bit, like so. So go ahead and start adding those all the way around, and then what we'll do is we're going to come back, and then you can put your center whatever you want in the center. And if you want to cover up the back, you can go ahead by covering your back up. What I've done is just gone ahead and did a print and cut with my silhouette and did this Merry Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my top bow pieces, and then I'll come back with the finished ornament. Okay everybody, so I'm back with the finished ornament. So what I've done is I've just gone ahead and added a little bow up here at the top, and then I punched a hole in the back of one of the ornament pieces to add this twine, and then down here on the bottom I've just added this little crystal ornament. So on the back I've gone ahead and taken and put the scallop image that I did the print and cut with, and I colored it in using my Yasutomo watercolor paints. So that's it everybody. This is the ornament that I've made with the video requests that I received from Schuyler. So as I said before, there's been several people out that have done a tutorial on this ornament, but I did this as a request for Schuyler. So thanks for watching everybody. And Schuyler, I want to see one of these from you pretty soon. Now when we come back, we will be doing the last project for the Christmas with Silhouette series. And this one is going to be an ornament also, and it's one of my favorite ornaments to make next to this one. Thanks for watching everybody. Bye.